Peterson. Thank you for coming out tonight. I have been a registered nurse for about 28 years, and I'm a certified secondary high school teacher. I have ran an internet business, and I've been a volunteer through my kids throughout their time here in the Rapid City Schools. I was the president of the Southwest PTA. All three of my children graduated from Stevens High School, and I have also served as a nurse on the school find program, child find program that goes through all the different schools in Rapid City for kindergarten screening. And so I've seen a lot of the disparity that exists in the different schools that I visited. I am running because as a nurse, daily I see people that cannot afford their health care. They can't afford it either for themselves because they don't have insurance or they're underinsured. A lot of working people have insurance, but they do not have, like they have a $10,000 deductible, and they can't afford the preventative care. And they also have a lot of pride. They're not going to buy something that they can't pay for. I see that a lot of elderly people that, I'm not going to pay, if I can't pay for it, I'm not going to purchase it. And so consequently what happens, these people's illnesses get worse and worse, and then that becomes a burden on the system. There are a lot of tough health care issues that are going to be facing our state. One of them is long-term care, that there's a shortage of, going to be a pretty severe shortage in long-term like nursing home beds in Pennington County in the next few years. The other reason I'm running is because as a parent, I'm tired of always talking about programs being cut. There's never enough money. Things that I just read an article, I guess, today's paper about how sports and art and music are not essentials for education. But as a parent, I disagree with that, because success of a child is more than learning just their ABCs. It's giving them a purpose in life and some opportunities to achieve. Probably the energy independence is a big issue. We need to have quality jobs here so our children will stay in the state. And so using new renewable technologies is very important. Finally, I would be a good legislator because of my broad experience of being a nurse and educator and a businesswoman, and also because we need women in the legislature. Thank you. I think everyone here has said a lot of things that I agree with. Education is an investment, and we need to invest in our children early, because if we don't invest early, what ends up happening is that we're then paying for court costs and crimes and police and then Medicaid, lots of bills that are generated as a result of poor funding for education. We have in the state, we have the lowest per student cost or funding per student, and we also have the highest rate of incarceration for children. So something is really wrong in this, that we have highest rate in the state for incarcerated children and the lowest funding per student. And so I think Ed is trying to say you can't get blood out of a turnip. And that may very well be the case, but I do think that we can look at the priorities and try to reshape them better. Thank you. I think obviously as a nurse, I don't think this would be a good choice because mainly it's targeted toward women, and also because it's just a slippery slope. Because if you have a conscience clause for medications, prescribing them or filling them, especially here in a rural area, for some women that might be the only pharmacy that is within their reach, or the only doctor that they can go to. It might work in an urban center or something where there's lots of choices. And I agree with Lisa that if you want to use it, you should put yourself out there and list your names. But the slippery slope as a nurse, and it's almost 30 years being a nurse, I have done things that I could say were against my conscience, because you have to go in there and assess somebody's alertness. Well, used to, long ago, you'd go and you just really crank their toe or twist their nipple. And is that any dignity for someone that's in a vegetative state? It's like, well, yeah, they're about as alert as they were yesterday. And so I think what you can end up happening is that then the next step is you're going to have a nurse like me that's going to say, I am not going to go in there and do that. And then another person. And so I think it's a slippery slope of that we don't need to go down. And again, it's another reason when rules like these or laws are made like this for women, it's another reason why we need to have women in the legislature. I think Ed is right about economic development and improvement in jobs for the Native American people. I think, though, also one of the burdens that they have that you seldom don't hear much talked about is that I don't think they are fairly treated in the judicial system, that they are more likely to be hauled in, whereas perhaps a white citizen would just be, kind of talked to, and the Native American has to actually go into the judicial system, and are probably treated, I believe, more harshly. And the economic burden that has on a family that is spending any time in jail, if they have a job, they lose their job. It's an issue that we really need to look at to see what is actually going on in the judicial system and what can be done to support the Native American people so that justice is truly equal with all of us before the law, and not just for white people. It needs to be an equal playing field, and I think that could help them with their economic problems also. I liked when the library, when they built that North Branch, that they put it up by General Beadle. I think that was a really fantastic win-win way that community, different groups can partner together and to help people. So it's definitely a problem, and it's definitely something the state should step up to the plate and do a better job of helping. Okay. Yes, this is a West River prosperity vision. We need to be willing to prime the pump for programs to be successful. Tourism is a good, clean industry. Studies show that if you invest more, you'll get more back for your money. So the state needs to invest more in tourism. We talked earlier about investing in education, and not just for our children so they can get better jobs, but also in higher education to try to market that more to other states, foreign students, because they bring in not only the money for their school, but they also come here and live here and buy groceries here and contribute to, get arrested here, those kind of things for that. The research triad with the underground research lab with tech and with businesses, there's a lot of potential there to try to help small businesses spin out of that and be successful in that point. And of course, investing in alternative energies. The state has a lot of wind and solar resources that we can use, and in the process also make better jobs. And boy, if we could get all that done in the first year, we'll be doing good. Ready for the second one. Thank you.